Thanks for joining us for another Friday devotion from Wisconsin Lutheran Chapel. Do you have a favorite Jesus today? Maybe you're thinking, there's only one Jesus. What I mean, and I think you get what I mean, is the scriptures present so many different pictures of Jesus. And the fact is that usually what happens is our favorite Jesus is the one that we need right now. And I think that is really the main point. Jesus came as a servant, still is a servant, and the picture that we see in the scriptures is a Jesus who is always meeting the needs of the people who are right before him. Always serving, always loving, always providing just what they need. There's a picture of Jesus I want to share with you today that maybe we don't look at very often. And it comes from Revelation chapter 1. On the Lord's day I was in the Spirit, and I heard behind me a loud voice like a trumpet, which said, "Write on a scroll what you see, and send it to the 7 churches, to Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea." I turned around to see the voice that was speaking to me. And when I turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands, and among the lampstands was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe reaching down to his feet with a golden sash around his chest. His head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and out of his mouth came a sharp double-edged sword. His face was like the sun shining in all its brilliance. When I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead. Then he placed his right hand on me and said, "Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I was dead, and behold, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades." The picture is familiar in several ways, even if you haven't visited Revelation in a while. Here we still see Jesus, the servant. Even though he's now in his glorified state, what does he do? He comes to one of his servants in exile for preaching the gospel. And he comes to him in that lonely, dejected place and tells him to write letters of what he sees to those churches who were being persecuted and who were suffering. This is a Jesus who has not left his church alone. Even though he's gone to the Father in heaven, he is there. And the glorified picture that John presents is one of this beautiful heavenly Jesus walking among the golden lampstands, which are his churches on earth. That Jesus, the glorified one who will come back riding on the clouds to call all from their graves to meet him in the skies. That Jesus is with you today and with me today. And that is the picture of Jesus that I want you to carry with you today and every day until he does come and we too hear that trumpet blast. Thank you for joining us. God be with you.